What's up, guys? Average Kiwi Guy here. How y'all doing? And this is my review on Deadpool 2.
Hit it!
It lives up to the hype, plus.
Fuck it, they probably won't even make a 3.
Yeah, why would they? Stop it too. You killed it.
So our year of superhero movies continues, and we just got Deadpool 2. Look, I loved the first Deadpool. The first Deadpool movie was fantastic. Just, you could tell it was a passion project. It was a passion project for Ryan Reynolds. The amount of work that went into it, the amount of work to get it made, literally get it made. You know, that you could tell on the screen. And Ryan Reynolds, he's just one of these actors that's made to play that role. Made to play that role. He's meant to play it. He's like Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark. He's literally that. There are certain people that just, the look, the sound, everything just perfect. He's one of them. Ryan Reynolds is made to play Wade, made to play Deadpool. Fantastic. Now, following that up was always going to be tricky. It was always going to be tricky. It's always going to be difficult to try and recapture that magic. Because I think it was a bigger hit than even they thought it was going to be. Like, you always would go in there thinking, nah, this is going to be fantastic. People are going to love it. But I think there's just the broad spectrum of people that like Deadpool. Not just the diehard fans, but just everyone. Like, even my mom likes Deadpool. Like Deadpool. Seriously. Like, she's excited to go and see this next one. So, I think they were just... I think I was shocked about how... Just how broad of audience it had. And to try and recapture that magic is always going to be tricky. Now, did it do it? Did it actually was able to recapture that magic? Was able to keep up that energy and keep it going? I personally think it started right where it left off. I think it has that funniness, that just fourth wall breaking. Everything Deadpool that was in the first one is in this one. It's bang on the way you'd think. It's just got a few more characters added into it. It's got, I think, probably more interesting bad guys. Well, bad guys in a way. We'll get into that. But it's definitely a worthy sequel. A worthy sequel. And just makes you look forward to more of this Deadpool stuff. I'm pretty sure, though, they're moving more into the X-Force stuff now that they have Cable and Domino, and they'll move forward on that. But I'm looking really forward to what they move forward in the future.
We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right.
But Deadpool 2, I had a great time. I thought it was fantastic, and I loved it. So I'm going to try and keep the first part of this review spoiler-free. I know a lot of you probably haven't seen the film yet and just want to see, like, is it worth going and seeing? I'll say yes to that. But trust me, spoiler-free. Anything, it's only stuff that you see in trailers and stuff like that I'd ever mention. That's it. Okay? Nothing big, nothing, movie wrecking or anything like that. We'll move into a spoiler section at the end for that, for those of you who have seen the movie, okay? All right. Now, like I said, absolutely loved the film. I thought it was fantastic. The addition of Cable is spot on. I love Josh Brolin. Like, the only problem with Josh Brolin being Cable, and he suits being Cable. I loved him as Cable. But just seeing Infinity War and hearing him being Thanos the entire time, there are moments through Deadpool 2 where you're just constantly hearing Thanos.
Move or die.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
Like, just, there are certain scenes where he's just sort of, that Thanos voice comes out. And it's just like, it's great, but it's like, your Cable as well. Like, yeah, but it was just, it's something that I noticed going throughout there. But Josh Brolin did a fantastic job as Cable. Just balances so much out so well with Ryan Reynolds and the wacky, wisecracking Deadpool. He's the straight man. He's the straight man in this duo, and it works so well. And I'm glad that those two are together now. And I think it's gonna take Deadpool to the next level, if and when they do the next one, and obviously X-Force as well. But also the addition of Domino as well. Zazie was fantastic. I think the look, everything. She was great. She's sort of just. It's like she was just chilling, walking through them. If those who don't know who Domino is, she's kind of like her superpower's luck. So she's just these instances where everything that could possibly happen and for her favor happens. That's kind of her thing.
Domino, I'm lucky.
Luck isn't a superpower.
And certainly not very cinematic.
Yes, it is.
Let's meet in the middle and say no, it isn't.
And she fit in really well, and it just these certain scenes with her just looking at Wade, and just like it's kind of like a normal person looking at him when he's doing different things. It's great. I liked her a lot as well. But then all the original cast are back too, which I think was massive for this film to be successful. Is sequels always take a hit when they don't get that original cast back. This one they did, and it paid off immensely. The likes of Weasel, Depinder, and Vanessa, just those guys added to it. So Ryan Reynolds, obviously, like I said, made to play Wade. I was just spot on. I don't think he's just gets so into playing Deadpool. It's very infectious watching him. Just how much fun he has with the role, like making fun of everything, even himself most of all. Even himself as an actor, Ryan Reynolds, he's making fun of. Like, there are certain scenes. I will just say right now that there is no post-credit scene, but there are scenes throughout the credits themselves, so stay and watch them. They are freaking hilarious. They're amazing. But it involves him making fun of himself in that way, which I just thought it was fantastic. So stay for the in-credit scenes, I guess we would call them, but there is no post-credit scene. Okay? But yeah, just him just making fun of himself. Obviously, Hugh Jackman is still in there, in the way, in the way how now Wolverine's kind of dead, and that Hugh Jackman's not playing Wolverine anymore and stuff. So they constantly referring to that as well. It's just a lot of that stuff, and I thought it was fantastic. And Ryan Reynolds he just fits it so well. He's great. I didn't see any changes to Deadpool himself. Like, his suit was still the same. Time-wise, I think it was like a couple of months after the first one, maybe a little more. It kind of showed, what he's been doing right at the start, and that kind of explained some things. But yeah, it wasn't too far from the first one, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, that stuff was great. Obviously, still got the friendships and stuff with Depinder and all that. Depinder is just that funny little sidekick dude that was, in the first one, and he's wants to be more involved in this one, so that was cool. The Death Cab running around is great. Obviously we get our X-Men buddies with a few cameos there. If you keep an eye out for them, it happens pretty quick, but they are there. I won't spoil anything there, but yeah, there is some other X-Men popping their heads in. But Colossus, just big CGI steel dude. Yeah, exactly from the first one. Him and Deadpool, just some of the scenes they have is just the funniest shit you've ever seen. You'll laugh through this entire movie. It's really, really good. Those two are great. Negasonic, she took a step character development wise. Like, there's something kind of big that they show for her. I won't spoil it, but they develop her that way, but they just didn't use her at all. Colossus, he has his moments, but Negasonic, no. It felt like we really want to show off Cable and Domino, but we can't. We don't have the time for Negasonic this time. So yeah, she should have just had her typical back and forth with Wade, and that was really it. She had one moment where she used her powers, and that was about it. So that was a little disappointing. That was a little bit of a setback there. But it's all good. It doesn't affect the movie too much. But yeah, so she takes a step, but then also a couple of steps back, which is a little bit of a shame. So those guys were cool. Then obviously we get to Cable. Cable was awesome. I thoroughly loved Cable. Like I said, with Josh Brolin. The look was great. Like, he had his mechanical arm and stuff like that, and the sort of future tech that he has there was awesome. For those who don't know, the Cable is actually from the future. Just sort of thing. And the way they used him was very much like Terminator-like. And, Wade's constantly referring to that all the time. There's a lot of Terminator references and stuff. But yeah, Cable was fantastic. But his look was cool. I like the sort of kind of had it was metal, but it sort of fused to his body in a way, which looked really awesome. His gun was badass. In the trailer, you might see it sort of fly to him and stuff. He kind of has those sort of technology powers, I guess. It's not really superpowers, but he has these sort of technology powers, which is kind of cool. Seeing him and Deadpool face off was just, it was a highlight of the film. It's really, really cool. There's a whole reason why Cable is sort of portrayed in the trailers as kind of a bad guy in this one. I won't get into it, but it's sort of to do with this kid called Russell, who's played by Julian Denson, who's a Kiwi. He's a New Zealander, which is pretty cool. He's been in a few Kiwi films, and he's a pretty funny dude, and he was alright. He was okay. His accent sticks out like a sore thumb, sort of mixed in with everyone. But he's sort of a typical young kid, sort of easily impressionable type thing, and he's going through a troubling time, and yeah, so he kind of gets mixed up in everything with these two. I don't mind Julian. Julian was alright. I think he did a good job, and he kind of meshed in well with Ryan, and yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I liked him a lot. And then obviously we had the addition of the X-Force, which involved Terry Crews as Bedlam. It's Terry Crews. That's all I'll say. Then obviously Domino. Then a few others there too. Keep an eye out for Peter.
And last but not least, Peter.
Any power you want to tell us about?
I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
You're in.
Keep an eye out for them. The team is very interesting. That's all I'll say. There's some interesting things that happen to them, which is cool. So it's hilarious stuff. It's hilarious stuff with all of them, because you literally got Deadpool leading these guys, and they're all looking at him like, seriously, is this what we're doing? Like, yeah, it's stuff like that. I absolutely loved it. I'll even say that Brad Pitt is in this film. Brad Pitt is in this film. Keep an eye out for him. You won't see him coming. Let's just say that. I just mean, like, overall, like, story-wise, it's kind of similar to the first one. Like, it's sort of, there's reasons, like, it's a little, Wade's kind of going through a more tougher time this time. It's not an origin story now, so they kind of can branch out on a couple of things, which they do. Obviously, the addition of other characters added to that as well. But story-wise, I thought it was good. It was a good addition in with Cable. Kind of also showing off the state of the world with mutants and everything too, which is great. The big thing is with Deadpool, right? Because obviously with the merger and whole stuff with Fox and Disney on the movie side, people are a little worried about the R-rated with Disney and all that. But you got to remember, Disney loves money, and if this movie does well, which I really think it will, because the amount of people that like the first one, and this one's worth going and seeing, it really is. I'd like to see what they do. Like, I'm very interested with the X-Men side, because I think the X-Men need a little work, which I think Disney and Marvel themselves can do now with a little more resources behind them. And then obviously we'll get Fantastic Four too. But I'd love to see how they can integrate Deadpool in a way to that universe. I don't think that it might take a little work, but I don't think they're going to stuff it up. I don't think they'll tweak with it too much. But they're not going to mess with it too much, because it's done very well, and Disney likes money. So it'll be okay. It's exciting for the future. I'm excited to see what likes of X-Force and all that does. But this one, Deadpool 2, I just think, what would I give it? First one I gave pretty much a 10. I'd give pretty much a 10. This one, I might give it a 9 or so. Because I don't think it's quite, like, doesn't quite capture that first one's magic, which sequels always do. But it's damn close. It's damn close. I liked it. I think maybe 9 out of 10. I think probably 9. I loved it. I'm going back. I'm going to see it again. I recommend everyone going and seeing it. I think it's funny as hell. It's enjoyable. You'll laugh the entire time. It's great. It's great. I will say though, guys, if you didn't know and you didn't think about it, it is R-rated, so I don't take the kids to it. It's just, yeah, it's it's an adult night out, okay? There are some somewhat gruesome. It's not bad. It's not bad in any way. It's not super bad, but there are like guys getting heads cut off and nasty, bright back-breaking things and stuff like that. So just be aware of that if you're a little sensitive to it. But yeah, I'd say about 9 out of 10. I thought it was great, and I loved it. But yeah. Alright guys, we're going to move to the spoiler section now. So if you have not seen the film and you don't want to be spoiled on it, this is probably where you should sign off right now. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you did like, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. We are pushing for the 1,000 subs. I'm back generally now. Just sort of getting everything back, you know, sort of working again. I did move recently, if y'all don't know. My Infinity War review kind of explains it a little more, but yeah, I moved, so kind of getting everything, you know, back and working again and stuff. I'm hoping to get the green screen back probably in the next couple of weeks or so. Just working out some stuff with the new place, you know, new rules and all that. Yeah, we are back into it. I should be back properly within the next week, so it'll be all good. It'll be all good. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We are heading to spoiler section, so I'll see you later. All right, spoiler section. What's up? So this is last chance. Spoiler Kiwi is now on. So little Kiwi will pop up saying that we're going to spoilers. And yeah. Alright, so spoilers. I guess really the first one is the fact that Vanessa kind of dies at the start. In a way, I guess. In a way, because the end credits may have undone that. I don't know for sure. If that was canon or just Deadpool in his head. I don't know how Negasonic and Yukio could fix that and Cable couldn't, but I don't know. But definitely kind of added to the movie, you know, sort of this whole thing of Wade basically wants to die. He wants to die, and he's doing what he has to get, I guess, into heaven in a way. I'm not sure what that was. It's like this sort of mind thing where he couldn't get through this invisible wall, which I figured was his mutant powers, kind of like, yo, you don't die, so you can't go there yet. But they sort of made it out to be like, no, your heart's, well, Vanessa was saying like, oh no, your heart's in the wrong place sort of thing. But it was okay. It was okay. Thought it kind of added to the film and kind of gave, you know, Wade a bit of a, you know, something, I guess the you know, the last thing was like his cancer and his, you know, mutation and stuff was his like dark thing that he had to get over. This one was that his girlfriend died basically. Was love of his life. And yeah, so I didn't mind that they kind of axed her there, but I don't know if she's back now. Like, that whole thing's gonna have to get explained. Like, was that legit or what? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if that is true. I like to see Vanessa back. I think she's, you know, she's nice. She's nice to look at too. I mean, it was just good to have everyone back in the movie, so that was cool. The whole reason Cable came back, basically Russell, he kills Cable's wife and daughter, and he comes back to deal with them, basically. Like, yo, if you are going to kill my family, I'm going to kill you before you can kill them, type thing. That's the whole reason why Cable comes back to that time. Russell gets sort of caught up with Deadpool because Deadpool becomes an X-Men trainee, tries to talk Russ down when he's sort of gone nuts because this orphanage he's in, this mutant orphanage, run by the creepiest dude in the world with creepy assistants, is like torturing them in there, but no one knows it, and he's sort of out there like fire everywhere and stuff. Like, he called himself Fire Fist, which was a little weird, but yeah, Russ was cool, but you know, he sort of gets mixed up with Deadpool, and then yeah, goes to the icebox. Whole thing, yeah. So I didn't mind it, and it was sort of like, you know, you saw how so like serious Cable is. Like, it was very Terminator like, right? It was very Terminator like, I have to kill this guy because he's gonna cause problems in the future, you know, type thing. And you know, it was alright. You know, Deadpool, you know, constantly referring to him as like Terminator, you know, Terminator and all the rest of it. But yeah. But yeah, and then that ultimately leading Russ to kind of like, in a way, was the main bad guy, but not. There wasn't really any big main bad guy in this one. It was like Cable was in a way, but he was just sort of a misunderstood hero trying to do the right thing. And then you had Russ, who was just this kid who just doesn't know what's going on. He just doesn't trust anyone. But then you got a real bad guy show up, and that was Juggernaut, and that was cool. I liked seeing Juggernaut there. I would have liked to seen a little more of him, which was a bit disappointing. He sort of just was there, and obviously he was this big CGI thing, and Deadpool kind of refers to it, especially when he's fighting Colossus. But I would have liked to have seen a little more of Juggernaut. Sort of running rampage and stuff, and why he was following a kid the entire time. A little weird. Like, I know he got him out, but okay. But it was cool to see a big X-Men villain in this. They definitely had a little more budget this time. They definitely had a little more like, okay, you can use the X-Men catalog a little more. You can use some X-Men members there. We'll get into that. But yeah, it was cool to see Juggernaut. He had a really painful way to go out, though. I don't know if he's dead, but if that happened to you, you would kind of wish you were. Because live electrical cables don't go up there. I don't care if you're nearly indestructible or not. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. So he probably did. He probably did. Or at least really badly dead. We did get a bit of a X-Men cameo, which was kind of cool. But I'm pretty sure it was Beast, Quicksilver, and Cyclops. I'm pretty sure. It was pretty quick. It was like they were in a room. Because, Wade kind of going around like, yo, why is this mansion so, like, dead? Like, seriously, could they not give like, this? Could the studio not give us anyone? Where's, like, the less known X-Men? Like, all this stuff. But the mansion was completely empty while Wade's just running around in Professor X's wheelchair. And yeah, they're in this room, kind of doing like a meeting and stuff. And Beast kind of closes the door. And I'm pretty sure it was Beast, Quicksilver. I know that for sure. And I think it was Cyclops there. And this is the new guys. These were the new ones, I'm pretty sure. Which was kind of cool. It was good to see them. And it was good to like see X-Men accepting Deadpool in a way. I would like to see a little more of it, though. I would like to see a little more of it. Not just Colossus and Negasonic. And Negasonic was like sidelined pretty much the entire time. And Yukio too, which was Surge, I'm pretty sure. The X-Force. The X-Force in their first and only mission. In a way, there's like, you had the main X-Force, which is like Cable and all that, but the other guys. The other guys. You gotta heed that strong wind warning. You really gotta heed that strong wind warning when you're parachuting, because my god. So they get a little off course when they parachute in, and Bedlam goes through the bus window, and I'm pretty sure he dies. Shatterstar gets shattered into bitty pieces when he goes into helicopter blades. And he was apparently an alien. I was like, oh, is this just a crazy dude who thinks he's an alien? No, he was an alien. He had green blood and all the rest of it. So I was like, okay. Vanisher, who was Brad Pitt, which was weird. I was like, okay, Ryan Reynolds called in a favor there. I was like, hey, Brad, you want to come and be in a movie with me? You want to be in Deadpool? You only had to show up for like one moment. So you just got to get electrocuted on a power line. So yeah, so that was Vanisher. That was interesting. I was like, wait, what was that, Brad Pitt? And like, yeah, he was in the credits. So I was like, okay. So that was funny. Zeitgeist gets chucked into a wood chipper. Peter, the main man, almost got out, but then he went and tried to help Zeitgeist, and Zeitgeist threw up on him, who literally spits acid and melted half of him, and he died. And then Zeitgeist gets ripped to pieces in a shredder. While Domino is clearly just off being lucky, and she completely, does exactly what she wants to. But it was funny just seeing Deadpool just like, no, don't do that, and then boom, oh no, like, Peter, don't go there, like that sort of thing. It was great. It was great. So sort of like the whole hype of the X-Force coming to be, and then them all dying in a way. But they were like spare members. They weren't really X-Force. So the real ones are there now, so that was cool. But it was funny. It was funny. It was hilarious. I thought it was good. But poor Terry Crews. Poor Terry Crews. After the first time that Wade meets Juggernaut and Juggernaut rips him in half, the whole baby legs thing. One of the funniest scenes in that whole thing was when he stood up and literally like was walking towards Cable, and TJ Miller's like narrating it. He's like, come on fella, come on little fella, you can do it. It was so good. I loved it. It was hilarious. You know, we sort of had that last time, like with the baby hand, like the whole thing. But yeah, it was great. It was great. I love that scene. It was hilarious. And then I guess it's like the Wade death scene. The Wade death scene was interesting. How he just wouldn't die. I was like, is he gonna die, or is this like the neck thing not working or something? But it was like literally, I didn't time it, but it felt like a good 10 minutes or more of him just like, and you, I give my watch to you. Man, I really wish I would die now. It's just so hard to let go. You know, stuff like that. It was great. I thought it was a very good Deadpool death scene. Good. And then obviously, you know, I knew Cable was gonna do it. It was very predictable, but he sort of goes back, puts his lead ski ball token right where Cable's gonna shoot him. And yeah, it saves his life, and that's the whole thing. That now Cable's part of the X-Force, and they're our family now, and all the rest of it. So that was cool. That was a nice thing. I knew it was gonna happen. But hey, I liked it. And I guess it's like the mid-credits scenes. And there were a lot of them. They kept on coming. So first one was when Wade got Negasonic and Yukio to fix the Cable's time watch thing. I don't know if this is legit or not, but he legit goes back in time and saves Vanessa. Like, he gets the throw right, saves Vanessa, and Vanessa's alive now. Do I think that's legit? I don't know. But apparently she could be alive again. The next one, he went back and saved Peter. He was just like, you know, when everyone was landing, he's like, Peter, just go home. Go home. Stay away. He's just like, just walk away. So he had to save Peter. Peter is his main dude, so he had to save him, which was cool. Then the next one, I think he went back and was in the X-Men Origins movie where he played Wade. That was where it all started. This is where everything started, where, you know, I think Ryan Reynolds was so excited to play Deadpool, and then they literally did everything the worst possible way to Deadpool, which is literally like seal his mouth shut and all the rest of it. Like, no. He literally goes up behind him and kills him. Like, kills the Wade there. Kills the Deadpool there with Logan watching. With Wolverine watching. It was it's the closest we were gonna get to Hugh Jackman and in a Deadpool movie. It's the closest we're gonna get to it now. Like, I was crossing my fingers of, you know, Hugh may just do this one thing, just come in for one time, but they didn't, and they kind of did some good things with editing to make it look like he was. Yeah, that was cool. It was hilarious, and he like Deadpool's like, you know, sort of thing. It was great. And then he goes into the next one where he literally goes to himself, goes to Ryan Reynolds when he gets the script for Green Lantern. Gets the script for Green Lantern. I think Ryan says like, "Welcome to the big time, man," or something like that. And Deadpool just shoots him, like, boom. And he's like, "You're welcome, Canada." You know, stuff like that. That's what I meant by, like, he's quite willing to just, you know, make fun of himself. He knows he made some bad choices. in movie roles and stuff, and letting clearly they weren't in the right directions. And they did that in the first one too, like about the animated super suits and stuff. But yeah, that was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. But yeah, that's the after scene credits. There's nothing at the end, so that was cool. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. The movie's fantastic. I mean, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think it was great. I don't think it doesn't quite get to the first one. I think the first one just has that magic of being the first one that you've ever seen. But the addition of all these characters just makes me very excited for the X-Force further on. I'd love to see Deadpool and like mix it up a little bit with the X-Men when they just sort of get into the next thing. I think like the next one's like Dark Phoenix or something. I mean, the X-Men need like a big overhaul in a way. Don't even get me started on Fantastic Four. But if they can just mesh them together somehow and make it all work, which I have full confidence in Marvel and Disney doing, it'll be great. I think it will be good. But yeah, damn good sequel. Fantastic. Go and see it. It's amazing. Be well worth your money, well worth your time. And yeah. Alright guys, that is going to be it for us. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said before we hit the spoilers section, if you did like, hit that subscribe button. We are pushing for that 1,000 subs. We are back in full swing now, just after the whole move and everything. It kind of got me a little jumbled up, but I am hopefully going to be back into the making more and more videos as we go forward. Green screen should be back in the next couple of weeks. It's just getting it all worked out and stuff. I will have it done. But yeah. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Peace. Bye.